Okay, so we're trying to make a leather backpack. For that, of course, we need some leather, or actually some skin, and you can get the skin from the, actually you need rawhide to be specifically correct. You get that from the hogs. You can hunt them down and skin them with a knife, and you will get the rawhide back. And when you got that, you're also going to need a drying rack. You get that from the upgraded workstation, and you're going to need the tanning rack, which is also from the upgraded workstation. When you have all that in place, you can take your rawhide and place it onto the drying rack, and you can see it is hanging there. And if you look at the status display, you can see it's actually producing rawhides. As soon as you hang them there, it starts producing. So that's how the drying rack works. And as soon as you get a rawhide, or actually a dry hide, my god, you can take your dry hide and you can place that one onto the rack, and you can see it is now stringed up here, but nothing happens. You are going to need a knife to actually remove the hair from the dry hide. So go on and slash it, and you can see it's starting to change color. So it's starting to be a leather, and when you're done, you will get back a leather. And that's all well and good, but for the leather backpack, you are going to need leather strips. You need 2 leather strips. You need 2 leathers. So how do we get leather strips? Well, it's actually also the tanning rack that does that. If you take a leather and string it up onto the tanning rack, you will now be able to make leather strips. And it's a bit confusing that they look the same. I think that Adriano is going to change the lookout from, so that there is a leather instead here. Anyway, you use your knife same as before, and at some point leather strip drops, so you get 3 leather strips from 1 dry leather. But we need another leather. Just so happens that I have a couple of them over here somewhere, I think. There we have a leather. So now we can go and make our leather backpack. Choose backpack. And while that one is going on, we are going for the next thing. This is actually bandages. To get bandages, you are going to need cloth, and to get cloth, you are going to need thread, and to get thread, you are going to need flax. So here we have our backpack ready done. Let's just put that one on our back thing. Lots of slots. Right, so flax. You find that around, and you can cut it with a knife or an axe, and it looks like small bluish flowers. What you do, this is one of the old school stations, so you actually need to use the action key, E usually, and click on the flax loose icon, and it should start producing flax loose. And they go straight into your inventory. And when you have your flax loose, you can use that to put into the ThreadWorks. And if you look at it from here, you can see, there we are. You can see there is no ropes here, so it does not have anything loaded into it. But if you take the flax loose and place it onto here, it gets, and you have to then hold down the E key and it starts working. The animation is not completely there yet, but it will be. And if you look at the status display somewhere here, there we have, it's creating flax thread, and they will drop on the floor. So when you have your flax thread, you can, I'm just going to, so now it's finished, and we have our two flax threads, and we can now go to the loom. Same procedure, take your flax threads, drop them onto the loom, go up to it and hold down the E key, and there is actually no feedback here, but if you look at the status display, you will see this is producing cloth. So when you have a cloth, and they also drop on the floor, and of course it stops producing the moment you let go of the E key. So, but we only need one right now, so let's pick that one up, and we can go over to our workstation and create bandages, and they restore health. So right now at full health, so I can't really show it, but like that, we should have a cloth or a bandage. And of course, like anything, all of the consumables, you just double click it and it disappears. Right, have fun.